and to celebrate a life that helped shape a nation. Music, prayer, powerful tributes. That's this Friday, February 27th at First AME Church in Los Angeles, 2270 South Harvard Boulevard. For details and coverage, stay with KBLA Talk 1580.
I am black, beautiful, proud. I am somebody.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Why is it that we are insecure? Begin inwardly first, please. Understand? The outward things are controlled, shaped by inward action. How our psychological demands control the outward circumstances. Right? We have created this society. The society in which we live.
Oh, gosh.
We are responsible for it. Not the present generation, 1,000 generations of human beings have produced this. Of those generations, I'm a part of it. So we have produced this. And we say we must be secure. Why? Because inwardly we are sick, uncertain, confused. Right? If I'm very clear, why should I be sick? Demand security. So we're going to find out the cause of this urge, this longing for security. What's the cause of it? I feel secure in putting on a certain robe. I belong to a certain group. I feel safe. I feel safe when I'm British or Swiss. Inwardly too, when I say I'm a great man or I've got a job which satisfies and so on and so on. So, what is the cause of this uncertainty? This deep sense of insecurity. You all want security, right? So what is the cause of it?
That's right. Listen to the little train in the background. Yeah. Think about what he's saying. Hey, Uncle Hurty, Krishnamurti, what is the cause of your deep insecurity? And then the next thing you know, you got these high-end luxury label emotional beliefs. Emotional luxury beliefs. If he don't come right. Oh, if she don't reveal herself. If she ain't 10 toes down. Tonight's topic is on complete fire. If you want to join the national discussion, all you have to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Tonight's topic, emotional luxury beliefs. Are your standards actually your trauma, right, in designer clothing? We see our sister Callie Soul on the YouTube chat she said she's responding to my question I posted in the chat, which was, what do y'all think of this message? And her response was smacking me all in the face. Great topic. These topics are designed for that. I want this show to intensify in its power. I want people to be confronted every time they tune in. Not confronted by an ex, but confronted by that which we have tried to orphan over and over again. Let me get my brother back in here. John, Mountain View, Hawaii. I left off with a question. Do you remember the question?
You paraphrased, yes.
Tell us. Because I got you. Tell us, John.
Okay. My understanding, my interpretation. No. But why does it matter? If you're talking about the ocean that you're standing on that may be the storm up underneath your feet, or you sitting in silence and it being noisy as hell.
So I'll come back to the question, John. If there is no destabilization, if there's no room for destabilization in your relationship, is it still water? Now, you know what they say about water that doesn't flow.
Is it still water? Okay, my misinterpretation.
Yeah.
Is it still? Yes, it's still water, yes.
Right? Stagnant water can't hold any life, sir. Water needs to move.
Stagnant water can't hold any life, but boiling water still clean?
But do you understand what I'm saying? Destabilization, you got to make room for it in your relationships. And I think sometimes because we've been hurt, many of us will try to create this, problem-proof relationship. And that's... Come on, man. You know what I'm saying, John.
Once again, if you don't know you, you're not going to be able to control you. So how in the world are you telling you're God of you?
Whoa. Okay. Hey, come on then, John.
Again, I'm reminded of two words in the Bible. One of those having to be your purpose, as in the first marriage that takes place within you. Love your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Mm-hmm. And also the other one was to love your neighbors as you love yourself. Mm-hmm. Check fire. Mm-hmm. You got to love yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't had that first marriage, how are you expecting love to be somewhere else?
So, John, how?
If you're there, love's there. If you're not doing love, you're not doing yourself. So quit playing.
So wait, John, how does one fall in love with themselves if they've been running from themselves this whole time? How do I stop running and turn around and face myself, embrace myself, and love on myself the way I want others to? How do I do that?
Well, I would say silence the noise, but you got to be still enough for you to silence anything going on around you. And then once you're in that silence, there's always the choice. You can continue to go down the road you've been going down and it's leading nowhere. Or you could get curious about you and find out who you really are. I say it in the words of, who was it? Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. Mm-hmm. Let in this time, and I paraphrase, let in this time that we're together, that we have a communication that creates love. Mm-hmm. But the first thing he talked about was who you were.
See, now you and Callie Soul are syncing up. She just said in the KBLA Talk 1580 YouTube channel, She just said self-acceptance as the answer to the question. How does one fully accept themselves without criticism, without condemnation, without judgment? How do we do it? How do we stop the rumination cycle? How do we stop the negative self-talk that we perpetuate against ourselves? Talk to me.
Step by step, I can only tell you from the way that I did it.
That's what I want to hear.
Once again, you didn't have to go through the storm that I had to go through. You just had to be still. And yet, I am on an island by myself, living in this home where I have conversations with the noise. And we have tea, and we drink beer, and we have old fashions, and we smoke cigars, and we have those conversations. And when he's ready to leave, he leaves. But when he comes in, oh Lord, okay, give me a minute. Let me get home from work. We'll have that conversation. And I've had that conversation quite a few times. And I'm still having those conversations.
And it's an ongoing process.
But again, you have to go through one, the silence, which again, yeah, you got to quiet your mind. Sometimes that's hard, but again, music helps. Read a book, get curious about yourself, but you have to be very intentional about your curiosity. And sometimes it just requires you just to sit your butt down and be.
I love that. I love that. Hey, man, guess what you just did, brother?
Blessings to all. Mountain View is still here. Love you. Bless.
Hey, man, I love my brother John. Hey, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I love this quote by Paramahansa Yogananda. Paramahansa Yogananda. Paramahansa Yogananda. I got to keep saying his name. I love the way it sounds. Paramahansa Yogananda. So here in Los Angeles, we have this place called Lake Shrine. People go up there to get married. It's off of Palisades, Pacific Coast Highway in the Palisades. And a portion of it got burnt, but not to the degree that it was destroyed. But it's this beautiful meditation garden. Pacific Coast Highway, right up there, Palisades. It's beautiful. But it's the self-realization center. And people get married there, and it's just a wonderful place. But Paramahansa Yogananda came here, I think in like the 30s or the 20s, to bring a higher level of consciousness to Congress. To Congress. He literally met with Congress. Because his guru came to him in a dream and said, the West is rising. And they're going to need spiritual balance to be able to deal with all that power. And he came here. Listen to this quote on self-love. Your face is unlike anyone else's. Your soul is unlike anyone else's. You are sufficient unto yourself. For within your soul lies the greatest treasure of all, God. Listen, that's no different than John. It is the light that lighteth the darkness, yet the darkness comprehendeth it not. That's the same thing. Listen to me when I tell y'all. We turn around and let our hurt create this wounded aristocracy within our spirit. And we look down at others because we occupy a victimhood position in life. I deserve better. We're thinking we deserve better from the outside in. But when do you say, I deserve to be better? I deserve to reach my highest level of awareness, not my highest level of wealth, Not I got a 12-car garage and it's full. Do you understand? When we get wounded, sometimes I deserve better becomes like this hella sophisticated avoidance strategy. What if some relationship standards are not really empowerment, but inflation, self-inflation, victimhood inflation, ego inflation? Right? Sometimes the problem is we get these high-level concepts like we can talk to Dr. Shalonda, Dr. Sunshine. We could talk to Dr. Jashana Johnson. We could talk to Dr. P. Pacoya Robinson McCall. We can talk to these sisters that are very powerful in this knowledge. And Lord forbid they get on TikTok or they get on Instagram. We get instant hit of, oh, that's my wound. And now I got the wording for it. But the wording is not the embodiment. You have to embody healing, not just be able to articulate it. So then, boundaries. Okay, I was gaslit. Oh, he's a narcissist or she's a narcissist, right? And then that fuels the ego. Emotional exclusivity as a mating strategy. Now let's take it even higher. Remember earlier, the ego loves altitude over exposure. If you want to be in love, if you want to connect to somebody, if you really want the real deal, you got to get naked. That's what vulnerability is. Psychological nudity. That's truth. Vulnerability is a euphemism or a synonym for truth. But we'd rather create all of these concepts and beliefs. All right? Let me say it another way. Is this high value culture that everybody is talking about? I'm a high value man. I'm a high value woman. Is this high value culture just a rebranded attachment insecurity? Are your standards protecting your peace? Or are they protecting your fragility? 1-800-920-1580. I want to talk to y'all. When we come forward, the voice of reason will continue to peel this banana. I'm not playing with y'all in 2025. Get in here and talk to your brother. Let's get it.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Created with a share of the 1984 Olympic Games surplus, LA 84 began operations in 1985 as a grant-making and educational foundation. Today, the LA 84 Foundation supports hundreds of nonprofit youth sports organizations throughout Southern California annually, trains coaches, commissions research, convenes conferences, and maintains the world's premier Olympic and sports library collection. They are transforming lives and communities through the power of youth sports. To find out about youth sports programs for yourself or your child, and to get information about the grants and support they offer to schools and nonprofits, or if you want to make a donation, please visit la84.org. That's la84.org. Or you can call them at 323-730-4600. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month.
Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He's been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month Luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
One of the things that I want to offer you is to look at the standard of the now that loves you because you exist. It just loves you. It doesn't say you need to change something. And you might go, well, if I don't have that standard, then I won't pay the bills. You got it backwards. You got it backwards. You enough is going to run courses and do stuff and create stuff, and you'll fill areas that you didn't know that you needed to fill. And from there, you're on a higher level of receiving that you don't understand, right? You don't need motivation. You need to be full. A point has come up through many different one-on-ones this week that I think really is going to help us with what we're going through right now. Who's going through a little bit of a hard time, new emotions, feeling something kind of crazy, feeling lost? Who's feeling like nuts right now? Who's feeling just off and confused and pain? Awesome. Well, take in that so many other people are. If you just look in the chat, you'll see so many people going, yep, it's a crazy, crazy, crazy time. It really is. It's a really crazy time. It's not just like, oh, is this a weird time for me? No, this is really a surreal time. And all humanity is looking at it like, what is going on? And one of the things that I think would bring so much freedom to talk about is what this is like for people who grew up learning drive, motivation, making things happen, having really high standards. I notice the theme when I work with people who are in the older category. If you're over 40, you know, if you grew up in the 80s or 70s or earlier, you're very used to a world that says, you got to do something with your life. You got to make it happen. You got to, you know, when you were in the 80s, I remember I had a trapper keeper, and the trapper keeper would have a picture of some $200,000 car, right? There'd be a Lamborghini on it, right? And when you went to school in the early 80s, you had this binder, and then all these other kids also had their Ferrari Testarossa, and we all had our high vibration car. Like our we all had these goals of really make it happen, make a ton of money, right? In the 80s and earlier, there were people talking about real estate and how to make so much money. There was a young Donald Trump who had a book called The Art of the Deal, and a lot of people wanted to be that. Like that was a thing that was in our system. Motivation, make it happen, right? And there were so many other examples of that. Like when you went to a movie, the stars were like totally ripped, right? You had this Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sly Stallone type thing going on. So like everyone would look like the greatest body possible. And life was, I got to find this high standard of myself. And in this time, that's not going to work. In this time, incredibly motivated and driven is not necessarily what's going to help you in this time, because this time isn't about making it happen. And I have discovered in a lot of different clients that I worked with in the last couple of weeks is the pain that they feel is that there's always a very high standard that says they should be somewhere other than where they are. It's not only motivation, it's just everything should be different than where I am. I should be better than this. I should know better than this. Like think of all the little sentences you have that are just a stressful, shaming, high standard on yourself. I should have the top quality everything. I should be number one. I should be whatever, the best life coach in the world. I should be totally healthy. I should have no illness at all. Like we have this very, 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 very high bar that we learn from.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Florida's legislative session is set to end March 13th, but lawmakers remain divided on major issues like property taxes and the state budget.
Nobody cares about Tallahassee drama when they can't afford groceries or rent or their power bill or to go to a doctor.
House Democratic leader Fentrice Driscoll, who is black, says only 8 of more than 1,000 proposed bills have passed both chambers. Some residents who lost homes in the Palisades fire are upset after receiving $31 brush clearance bills from the city of Los Angeles, even though their properties remain vacant. The notices are arriving more than a year after the fire. Black Mayor Karen Bass called the charges unacceptable, and City Councilwoman Tracy Park says she's working with the fire department to address the issue. And pastor and gospel singer Marvin Sapp is engaged to Dr. Laboris Cole after a decade-long friendship. The couple had kept their relationship private, marking a new chapter for Sapp as a widower. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Visit the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the Kilo of Gold giveaway. Drawings every Thursday in February. Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the easiest drive from downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready?
Drop it!
Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
He's the son of a school teacher and Navy veteran who built a company worth billions and walked away from it. Tom Steyer, pledging to give away half of everything he earned to charity and fight for Californians. So when out-of-state corporations weren't paying their fair share of taxes, Tom Steyer led the fight for Prop 39 and won, earning California billions of dollars for our schools. Tom took on big oil to stop them polluting our air and water and smash them. Tom fought for free school lunches so no child goes hungry. Tom Steyer, strong enough to take on the special interests crushing us with the cost of living. As governor, Tom will stop Wall Street from buying up middle-class homes, lower utility rates by 25%, and ban corporate PAC money from our politics. Other politicians talk. Tom Steyer gets it done. Ad paid for by Steyer for Governor 2026.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Miss Third Ward, your first question. What is your aspiration in life?
Oh, my aspiration in life would be to be happy.
Mama said, you're a pretty girl. What's in your head? It doesn't matter. Brush your hair, fix your teeth. What you wear is all that matters. Just another stage. Pageant the pain away. This time I'm gonna take the crown without falling down, down, down. Breathe, shine the light on whatever's worth. Perfection is a disease of a nation. Really, that's weakness. Breathe, shine the light on whatever's worth. Try to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't.
By embracing your existence, you grant yourself permission to feel worthy, to recognize that you belong in this world just as you are. This acceptance is not contingent upon external validation or societal standards. It is a profound inner realization that your worth is innate. When you truly embrace your existence, you cultivate a sense of self-love and appreciation that transcends the fleeting opinions of others. You learn to honor your own journey and to find beauty in your individuality. As you nurture this mindset, you'll find that it liberates you from the shackles of self-doubt and inadequacy. By embracing your
Right? That was our guy, Alan Watts. I love Alan Watts. But it makes me think even deeper. If real presence and real connection in relationship is a risk, what is the risk? The risk of being seen. The risk of being psychologically nude and transparent with your partner. Many people, for many people, that's too much of a risk. I'd rather perform, right? When we're looking at insecure attachments, we're looking at master manipulators. They learned how to manipulate their parent early, right? Parent didn't give them what they need. Parent wasn't attuned. So they adapted, they adjusted, they learned manipulation, right? The sad part is they carried those skills into adult relationships. So I ask the question, when you raise your standards immediately after emotional injury, what avoidance pattern within you gains legitimacy through that elevation? I'll ask it again. I know. When you raise your standards immediately after emotional injury, what avoidance pattern gains legitimacy through that elevation? Are you listening? How does the frequency of disqualifying partners reveal a hidden incentive to avoid reciprocal exposure? Listen, you want love? Get psychologically nude. First with yourself, then with the person you've magnetized into your life. Because let me tell you something, it's a conveyor belt. You don't do the work is still attracted to you. The work still wants you. The work is like the ring in Lord of the Rings, the precious. You remember what they said about the ring? The ring wants its master. It's always calling to its master. It wants to go back to its master. That's how self-work shows up in intimate relationship. As long as you're disowning and orphaning parts of yourself, you are calling in the mirror image of that work. Let me say it again. How does the frequency of disqualifying partners reveal a hidden incentive to avoid reciprocal exposure? What cost accumulates when your boundary language increases while your vulnerability tolerance decreases? The damn word vulnerability means wound. It means pain. You want love, but you don't want the pain. You want peace and calm, right? Listen, when I deserve better follows relational disappointment. What attachment activation seeks protection rather than growth? Yes, even when you're hurt, you're supposed to lean into that pain. You understand? How does emotional exclusivity function as a scarcity strategy that inflates perceived value? You know, because when I love hard, you know. So you got to be for real. You can't let me down. If that is a relational expectation, you've already let yourself down. Gosh. What trade-off emerges between refined standards and relational adaptability? When you screen for status markers over nervous system regulation capacity, what concealed economy governs your attraction? How does, I don't even want to say that. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to save that one. If high standards reduce partner supply, what identity inflation compensates for relational isolation? I know you guys don't want to hear it put that way, but guess what? I'm going to keep slapping you upside the dome piece. Tonight's topic, it's a heavy topic, and it's one that is important. Designer wounds. When the ego tailors trauma into prestige, you survive something. Rejection, betrayal, emotional neglect. You recalibrated, you refined, you leveled up. But somewhere in that recalibration, the wound did not dissolve. It also upgraded, not into weakness, but into hierarchy. When I come forward, we're gonna land this plane.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country in advanced civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Is this the label?
On the anniversary of the Altadena fire, it is important to acknowledge the profound and disproportionate impact that it's had on Black families.
Wait, Andy, hold on. Bring that back to the top. Wait, hold on. Come on, that's that Altadena?
This the label?
Produced by Broadzilla. Bring it back. Let's go.
On the anniversary of the Altadena fire, it is important to acknowledge the profound and disproportionate impact that it's had on Black families.
Five types of people I will never associate with again. Number one, someone who fights dirty with people they claim they care about. This is the person who will result to attacking and punishing you and using your vulnerabilities and throwing your insecurities in your face. Number two, the person who treats their friend's business or bad news like it's casual gossip. Why is my life spilling tea? Number three, the eternal victim. This is the one who everything is always somebody else's fault. And even when they do something to you, the excuse and the explanation is, well, you made me do it. Number 4, someone who refuses to let you grow and evolve. This is the person who will insist on reminding you of who you were when you weren't necessarily at your best. They're also the ones who will get offended or try to downplay it when you start to develop boundaries and start having standards. Number 5, the hypercritical one who never has anything nice to say about people. If you spend enough time with someone who's that hypercritical, it will start to affect the way you view yourself. My name is Aisha. I share lessons learned, advice, and things that have helped me on my journey. So if this was helpful, follow for more.
She was cooking. I like her. She was cooking. People are asking, what was that last track? It's from an album a friend of mine put together. He's a producer. The album is called Altadena Part 1 Ground Zero. It's everywhere. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's everywhere, right? It's called Altadena. That's the name of the album. Altadena Part 1 Ground Zero. Executive produced by West Coast hip-hop legend King T, and produced by my brother who lost his home in Altadena, James Broadway. All right, he goes by Broadzilla. But the track that Andy was playing, that particular track is called Marengo. All right, Marengo, Marengo. Now, what's beautiful about that particular album, every track is named after a street in Pasadena and Altadena. You have tracks like Loma Alta, Lincoln, Woodbury. Like, these are all, like, if you're from that area, this is why that matters, right? But it's a great album. It feels really good. As a matter of fact, Andy, where's the Loma Alta real quick? I just want to give him as much shine as I possibly can, because I want everybody to go get it. If you have Apple Music or
On the 7th of January,
Spotify,
all of us lost something so precious to us. Something unimaginable happened to us. Essentially, we've lost an entire city. Children's lost their schools. Families have broken up. Homes that have been in families for years and generations have been lost.
It's the label.
Come on, man. Okay, one more. Okay. All right. Hey, man. Y'all got to support this one. Come on. One more, Andy. Do Raymond. That's the one with Benjamin Crump. Come on, man. That's the one. Yes.
Fire began on the night of January 7th, although areas east of Lake got evacuation orders the same night, just after 7 p.m. Most of West Altadena did not receive an evacuation alert until 3:30 a.m. the following day.
We are standing in the gap for those who are victims of this.
So,
this
as
crisis.
you know,
but we're together.
my
And we're
playlist is my co-host. Such a beautiful piece, man. And you guys already know, like, I'm coming from a perspective not like Gavin Newsom. I'm really like us. Gavin Newsom fumbled at the 2-yard line. What a terrible thing to say. But when I say I'm like us, I am as flawed as the next man. And I have a long way to go on my healing journey. That's why these conversations that I have here are they're equally cathartic for me as they are for anyone else that is listening. I never want to come from the perspective of I'm better than, or I know more, or whatever. I'm trying to bridge the gap. I think sometimes, there's something is missing when it comes to the clinical side. I've always said that, and I have a lot of friends that are clinicians, and I talk to them often. As the Western thought limits the clinical side. However, the clinical side is indispensable at the same time, right? I say the clinical side needs to merge with the spiritual understanding, and I think that's important, right? And when I say spiritual, I don't mean necessarily religious. I'm not excluding religion, but when I'm talking about higher consciousness, right? If we don't heal ourselves, the wounds become the dictators in our spirit. And if the wounds are dictating how we choose, what we like, what we want, what's normal for us, I mean, we're going to keep attracting lessons, right? Lessons that need to be embraced first internally, right? That's how you heal. You find what's wrong in them in you. Oh, it's in there. I believe it's in there. Andy, have you seen it in your girl before? You seen it in yourself? Yeah. I love Andy. Andy be in here listening, man. Hey, listen, I'm the voice of reason. We started the conversation, and it's really up to you to finish it. This is just the beginning. I got a week's worth of slappers. I'm going to be acting a fool all week. I encourage you to call in. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. But don't call now. Call me tomorrow. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. See you tomorrow.
They're telling us they didn't receive evacuation alerts until hours later, the next day in the middle of the night. Some even telling us they didn't receive an alert at all. On the phone with 911 for hours to try and get evacuated, but nobody ever came. Alert was for West Altadena, issued at 3:25 a.m. on January 8th. Some sections of the town weren't ordered to evacuate until just before 6 a.m. Why?
I'm not trying to make excuses. I believe that the incident commanders that were at the Rose Bowl that night, the unified incident commanders, all of them, that they did the very best they could with the information that they had at the time. I'm being told that, in fact,
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News.